A very good morning, friends. Today I am talking about a very interesting topic in geography, especially in social geography: segregation, adaptation, integration, and assimilation. When we are reading the topics of social process, this four is seem really difficult for us because it has a good connection with the incident of migration, and it seems difficult for the students to understand why and how these things has happened. So today I am taking a very easy class on this particular topic. At first I am talking about the segregation. What does segregation mean? Suppose this type of concept is very common in the migrant society. Here I have put two type of groups. This is the immigrants group and this is the host group. Suppose when at the first stage this immigrants group come to the society, they are looking like this, like they are always maintain a segregated attitude. They are in a segregation. They believe in the segregations. They live in a particular type of ghetto or slums or sometimes in a particular neighborhood, totally different from the host people, and they have a different type of culture and everything, and they are very afraid of the culture of the host people, and they are trying to maintain their originality by till believing in their norms and beliefs which they have accustomed in their place of origin. And this time you can really understand how these two groups are different. After that, with time, here you have seen that suddenly they look like alike. This stage is called the adaptations. In this stage, the group which has come from the outside of the society, they have started to accustom to the culture of the host society. Means they are started to understand their language, their culture, their belief system, their norms, and other things. In the third stage is called the integration, when these people come out from their ghetto neighborhood or the slums, and then they started to mix with the host people. And in this session, the cultural mixing has been found. And at last, in the last portion, all of them are looking like. In this section, they're all become a group. Here there is no differences found. So here I have found four process together: segregation, adaptation, integration, and assimilation. But I have given you a very like a very brief idea, but things are not so easy. At the first stage, there are four factors I'm talking about which has played an important role to get to maintain the sequence. One is economic, second is social cultural, four is political, and fourth is individual. At four type of indicators, they have played a very important role to accustom to the culture of the host society. In first stage, when the people are in the segregation stage, I have put cross in the economic factors, social cultural factors, political factors, and individual factors. Because why? In the first stage, when the migrants came to the host society, they have maintained their ancient professions. They're not at all taking the economic, cultural, political characteristics of the host people. In the second stage, when the adaptation has started, suddenly the people have started to get the uh, started to trust on the culture of the host people, and they have come out from they have started to behave like the host peoples. But that time, the first factors which they have adopted is the economic one. They have started to include into the job or market economy of the host people. But that time they have got low, less salary. They're always they're included as the lower paid officials. And that time, because they don't know the proper language, they don't have the idea about the economic system. So it is a time of the learning session, I can say. Next come to the third one is the integration. At that time, suddenly people come out from the ghetto and try to participate with the host people, and that time the distance will become less, the social distance, and that this time they have get the opportunity to participate in the market economy. They are getting the highly paid job, highly paid salary. They're appointed as the highly diplomatic post and as officials. And at that time the socio-cultural adaptation has been found, and by which, because that time people have started to participate in the festivals. They have started to they have started to get accessibility to the host people's inner house. And last of all, the political one, this is very important, because at that time they have taken the citizenship of the host people, and with that with the time they have get a electoral power. So it has played a very important role. And the last stage, they up to the integration level, they have still maintained the originality of their place of their origin. But in the fourth stage, like assimilation stage, all the difference has gone, and they have become as similar as the host people. So in this level, the individual adaptation has been found. But the four factors has played a very important role. But how these four factors will work is totally depend on the perception of the host people and the perception of the immigrants people, and sometimes the political and social scenario of the particular country. Like when the at the segregation stage, it is very common that the host people are always afraid of the native people, the immigrants, and immigrants are afraid of the host people, because they don't know how they react to each other. But at the adaptation level, they have suddenly tried to participate in the economic. When the economic relationship has been developed, that time they have got a chance to understand the culture very closely. And this type of things has been happened in all the countries where the immigrants has come from the outside. And in the integration level, this time not only the social and neighborhood culture or friend circle has played an important, rather the political approach of the government has played important role. Because when you get the chance to the immigrants to put their vote to find out the highest officials or highest bureaucrats of your country, highest political figure of your country, that time they feel that yes, they are the part of the country. So the role of the foreign policy of the particular country has played an important role. And last, in the assimilation level, I can say that this level has a time when the both host and the immigrants, when they have accepted each other with a very broader mind. And definitely that time these things has happened. But here, I just want to mention, if I take the examples of Bangladeshi migrants who has come from East Pakistan to India after after 1947 partition, they have seen the same things. Because first of all, they have lived in a rehabilitation hub. And that time, if you go through the history of India, you can find out that people, the host people who are living in West Bengal, they are quite afraid of the people from the East Bengal. And in the adaptation level, suddenly people have started to include them, participate in the paid economy. But that time most of the people are working as a lower class staff. Sometimes they're appointed as in a grocery shops. Sometimes they're working as a temporary workers. But with time, they have sent their next generation to the school to understand, and they have educated at the highest level. And these times they have been appointed as the bureaucrats or the highly diplomat. And with time they have got also the citizenship of India. So it has played an important role. I just want to mention one thing, that this fourth level is not happened within one generation, rather it takes two or three generation. Because segregations to assimilation is, this process has taken a long time. And with this notion, I think I have made you understand why this four process is very important for us. Because we geographers had more time dealing with the conception of the space, the mobility between the space, the migration. So when you have to understand the migration properly, then you have to understand why these things happened, how things happened. Thank you very much. If you like my video, please subscribe my video. And please send your feedback and message, so that I can take some other lessons also. Thank you very much.